Hi everyone and welcome to Franka's Fab Family. Today we are looking at physical health in young people. Physical health is so important. I mean, it is just as important as psychological and mental health. Emotional health and physical health is also equally as important. It's a category of health that many of us just leave the children to fend for themselves, or we might verbally say, you know, you gotta watch what you eat or you need to exercise, but we as the parent are not really setting the stage for it or helping our children to develop healthy physical health habits, you know. It's so important because physical health actually, again, like all the other health categories, build self-esteem. It helps to build self-confidence and things like that. We as adults know that we feel great when we look our best, when we physically look our best. You know, I find that some people say, oh, you know, you're fat shaming or you're body shaming and things like that. Let's have a real conversation, people. Let's have a serious, sincere conversation. I personally believe that the shape of everybody, whether you have a pear, an apple, a bubble, an hourglass figure, whatever shape you were born into, you as the parent need to teach your children to love the body that they were born into. And why is that so important? That is so important because that's the body that you were born into. Unless you're going to have surgery, and surgery can only fix your body but so far. You know, at the end of the day, your body is your body. So as an early child, you're not going to go and give your child, you know, a boob job or new bums or take out a rib or some of the extreme things that people are doing in adult life to better themselves. And people, there is nothing wrong with that. In adult life, do whatever you need to do and whatever you want to do to enhance yourself as best as you can, making sure that you're doing it to really just, you know, become your best self, not because you're obsessed with certain things. But that's another whole topic. But as it relates to children, we need to help our children understand that the body that they were born into, they should love it. Love it. Help your children in some of those affirmations to say, I love my body. I tell my daughter, say, I love being a girl. I tell my son, say, I love being a boy. For my daughter and for all the women out there, being a female is the best gender you can be born in. But I tell my sons, for males, being a male and being a boy, being a man is the best gender you could be born in because you're a male. So therefore, we must really learn to love our body. We must learn to physically love what we see when we look in the mirror. We must physically learn to love our skin. Love the skin, the complexion that you were born in. Love this vessel that you were born into. Now, physical health helps you to enhance and to maintain your best possible health. Physical health is so important in young people because we have to remember, I tell my children all the time, when you're young, your body is growing. Up until 18, depending on if you're a late bloomer into your early 20s, your body starts aging. So we go from growing to aging. If you look at a plant again, a plant goes from growing to aging, especially if it's a flowering plant. Those plants that are annual or perennials or things like that, they have a shelf life. Our bodies have a shelf life. The thing is, people don't understand or people don't appreciate as much as if you feed your body and your children's body well in its developing stages, it will do you well in your aging stages. I always tell people, because your organs as a young person is just starting to grow. When you're born, your brain is not fully developed. Your heart, your lungs, every single part of you is not fully developed. Your bones are not fully developed. So if you learn what feeds the different parts of your body, fresh foods, greens, vegetables, get y'all kids off of these fast food diets. Like, it does not feed the organs. It actually is slow poisoning you. We are seeing such a rise globally on cancer, and the doctors now and saying like, oh, it's in your genes, it's hereditary. While that might be true, The food in which we eat play a major role in how healthy our body is or how unhealthy our body is. Let's start with physical activity. Physical activity is so important for children. It's so important. Your children must be able to move. Do you know that when the heart is pumping just from 20 minutes, 30 minutes of running around, exertion and everything, it helps the muscle of the heart, the strength of the heart to pump blood and oxygen better throughout the body, which results in you being able to deal with stress better. When you hear of people 35 in their 20s having heart attacks, having strokes and stuff like that, not only is the heart unhealthy, but the body is not getting what it needs from that very heart that sustains life. We must work out, people. On a daily basis, you must work out. I'm telling you, I am 5'2". I had went up to 253 pounds when I was pregnant with the twins. In each pregnancy, I went up 60 pounds. I kept 20 pounds on me after each child. I had plateaued at 200 pounds. I could not get it off. You know when I got rid of all those extra pounds? When I got rid of a person in my life that wasn't serving me at all. Because mental stress and psychological stress and emotional stress also helps to damage you physically. When I was able to regroup my mind and my emotions, my body was working out is like second nature now. What I put in my mouth is like second nature. I mean, it's automatic. I will not sit there and eat a whole tub of ice cream. I will not go and buy a whole thing of cookies and eat it. Why? Because I know it will not serve my body well. Diabetes and hypertension run so much in my people, and it's because of how we eat. Listen, we grew up on a Sunday meal in most black families' homes who, like, we cook and stuff like that. You're going to have oxtails or goat or chicken or something like that, but you will have more of a heavy, like oxtails or beef or ribs or something like that, right? Fine, that's protein. But then we have macaroni and cheese or macaroni pie with potato salad, with rice and peas, with plantains or ground provision. Like, no, we must reprogram how we eat. Physical activity coupled with healthy eating will promote a healthy body. I'm telling you, you will sleep better at night. You will sleep less, actually. Your body will have much more energy. When your body will have gotten enough rest, you will automatically wake up. You won't need an alarm clock. We need to start teaching our children more healthy habits. I remember always saying, I suffered my whole life. I remember my sister and I, we were on like a diet our whole life. I have been on the Atkins diet. I have been on the Weight Watchers diet. I even did an ice cream diet one time. I have done the fasting. In my earlier years, you name it, I've done it. And the reason why, health was just really, really important to me. Parents, it is so critical if you have children, and I'm talking about having children in an unhealthy weight. You know it. This is not about fat shaming, body shaming. No. Are your children functioning in the body to the best of their capacity? Are they just sitting on the chair all day just eating chips and eating ice cream? I like to tell parents all the time, children don't go grocery shopping. You cannot go and buy a whole bunch of sugary foods and drinks and put it in the house and tell the children, monitor what you eat. Don't go and take all of the chips at one time. Don't eat all the ice cream. Don't sneak food. You as the parent has the responsibility of not to bring these foods in the house. Until you get your children to control their appetite, or until you help your children control their appetite, you must decide as to what foods you bring into your home. I remember a friend of mine, a really, really good friend of mine. She said she didn't taste cookies until she was like way into, before she was 10 or around the age of 10 and things like that, because her parents just never brought those things into the house. Unless it was homemade cookies, processed foods and stuff like that, she was just never exposed to it. Jordan didn't taste ice cream until he was 2. Until he was 2. There are some people actually feeding feeding their babies chocolates and ice creams and things like that. I'm a firm believer that you will have a whole adult life to enjoy all of those things if you want. But by that time, your body has already been programmed to enjoy processed and high sugary foods or to enjoy fruits and vegetables. Healthy fruits and vegetables, healthy choices. So there's nothing wrong with now and again treating your kid to go, let's go and have an ice cream cone, or let's go and have, you know, just junk food. We're having a party. My kids will get soda if I have a party. But for me to have and buy 4 liters of soda and have it in my house, it's just not happening. It breaks out your skin. It's not healthy for your organs. They're actually being now finally scientifically proven. A lot of these things are proven to lead to cancer. Some of the carcinogens and some of the things that they put in these things are so bad for our bodies. They taste good, but they're definitely not something that you want to live off of, and you don't want your children living off of them. Children do not go to the supermarket. If you are a parent that have been struggling with your weight most or all of your adult life, it's very important that you take time to understand and appreciate that you need to teach your children healthy lifestyle habits. I remember a doctor explaining that once your body goes over 35 BMI, body mass index, 35, that's why it's called a disease. The level of fat cells on your body after 35 BMI psychologically affects you. The fat cells in your body will call for more sugary foods, high calorie foods, because your body metabolism and the whole makeup of your body has been put off balance. So overstuffing, we grew up in some homes where you can't leave the table unless you eat everything on your plate. Do everyone really understand when a child is hungry, they will eat? You don't have to force a child. Unlike adults, children's bodies are functioning as it needs. When they're sleepy, have you ever seen a child like fall asleep on a toy? Like they're there, they just pass out. The body in a child's frame will make it do what the body needs. We in adult life is more susceptible to controlling and manipulating what our body needs or doesn't need. You see? So please, parents, pick healthy foods for your children. Fresh fruits, vegetables, nuts, grains, salads. My children love salads. I've given them green salads from very, very young. When we go out to a restaurant, sometimes they would order a salad and the people are like, that's what you want? That's really, and they're like, yeah, that's what I want. Gabriel in particular, I remember when he was younger, Gabriel just loved a cheese sandwich. But after a while, I'm like, wait, this child is only eating a cheese sandwich. That's all he calls for. That's not providing his body with enough nutritional value. We don't have any cheese today, Gabe. I did not buy any cheese. We need to eat something else. Stop this nonsense of allowing children to run their own life. Children have options. They have default personalities. Like I keep using the example, if your child decided they wanted to be a murderer, I like killing things and killing people, will you entertain that nonsense in them? You won't. So therefore, all of the other categories in your children's life need guidance. Children should not be raising themselves. If you know you go and you buy one of them chip bag boxes, things that have 1825, and in 2 days your kids will eat all of it, you need to not buy them again. And tell the children those things are a snack. When you're hungry, I need you to go grab an orange from the fruit bowl and not a bag of chips. When you're thirsty, I need you to get a glass of water and not a soda. And if the child does not, you eliminate those things out of your house, because that is the power that you still have as the parent of the house. This nonsense of, oh, I don't want my children to feel deprived. Deprived of being unhealthy is a good thing. Stop your children from being unhealthy. It's actually a good thing. It's not body shaming. It's not fat shaming. It's saying to your children, I care about your physical health. You as an adult know that when you put on an outfit, put on a dress, and you are at your ideal weight that makes you most comfortable, you feel your best self. Children feel it too. Underweight or overweight children at school, usually have very low self-esteem, self-image of themselves. Help your children to be their best self in every category of life. And you, the parent, in this physical area can help control that. Healthy foods, healthy drinks in the house is way more important than stocking up your pantry with junk food. Get rid of that stuff. Processed things, get rid of that. Learn how to cook. I saw a video the other day that said, I don't know how to cook. I wasn't taught how to cook. You wasn't taught how to do some sexual things by your parents, but you sure learned how to do them. So therefore, cooking is an essential part of life. Eating healthy foods is essential. There is no reason why anybody with children can say to me, I don't know how to cook. You watch YouTube, you watch Instagram, you watch videos, get on some of these channels and learn the basic things of how to boil some rice, how to bake a chicken, how to do some of these things, because it will promote health long-term in your children. Go outside and take a walk with your children. Physical activity as well as intaking healthy food will profit your children better. They will understand that their bodies need to be nourished. In addition, that their organs need the nourishment. It needs the vitamins. It needs the nutrients. The more colors of the rainbow that you can add into your children's diet through fresh fruits and vegetables, I'm telling you, your skin will glow. Your hair will grow. Your sleep patterns will improve. Your anxiety will be decreased. When your child, I let my kids know, if you're peeing at the end of the day and your urine is this bright yellow, oh no, that means you have not drunk enough water for the day. That is not good for your bladder, for your kidneys, for your liver. My children go through this whole biological things. Like, we literally sit at my house on a weekend or in the summer and we look at how the body functions so they can be informed. When the kids were younger and they didn't want to brush their teeth, oh, we watched videos on like what happens when you don't brush your teeth. Not only did some kids have maggots growing in their mouth, the level of rotten teeth and bacteria and all, oh, knowledge is so empowering. Once I started to digest more and more of healthy habits and healthy ways to take care of my body, take care of myself, my hormones became more balanced and it became easy. I can literally watch a whole table, a tray of food, junk food, and I'll pass over it and I'll go and take a mango. But that is something that you have to be trained on over time. Parents, let's start really working on the health of our children. Psychological health, emotional health, and physical health is critical in life to sustain and maintain a healthy lifestyle. Build self-esteem and self-confidence. It really, really matters. On a daily basis, your children must be doing something. Take them off of the computer and the phones. Go for a walk with them. Go to a park, walk on the beach, something. Do some yoga in your house. Stop making up excuses as to why your children are not at their ideal weight. Help them. And you cannot help them only in words. You must physically participate in helping them. You can't go and buy a whole pantry full of junk food and tell them, don't eat all in one day. Don't buy it. It's that simple. Until you learn to manage how much, I'm going to buy it in small quantities. That's how you help your children. You cannot watch your children become so unhealthy and then say, well, they'll grow out of it. No, you're programming their body to enjoy those healthy, unhealthy habits that will result in more unhealthiness later in adult life. Physical health as well as internal health is very important by how we eat and the exercises that we do. So please let me encourage you to please start to invest in your children's physical health. That is important. That is really important. It also helps balance your hormones and regulate your mood. All of these health categories overlap onto each other. Emotional health will actually, emotional unhealthiness will actually cause a child to eat more. I'm depressed, so I'm going to go and eat. We know it in adult life. We know all of these shortcomings in adult life. Let us try to really do better for our children. Let us not watch them repeat our mistakes. If you have struggled with your weight all of your life, why would you feed your children the same things that got you to the place as to where you are? If you know that you don't like working out or doing any of these things, unless again that's what your aim is. I'm not speaking to you people. I'm speaking to the people who really want to be their best self. Let's help our children become their best self. And physical health and eating properly is critical. There's too much information out there and we need to take time to just go and get them. I am Franka Potter.